Have you ever looked at your life and felt like you're running a race where everyone else somehow got a head start? You're doing your best, showing up every day, yet the finish line feels painfully far away. If you've ever questioned whether slow progress means you're failing, stay with me, because this story may change how you see yourself and your journey. At 34, Daniel felt like life was quietly passing him by. Not dramatically, not loudly, but steadily enough to be unsettling. He had a job that paid the bills but didn't excite him. His dreams sat patiently on the sidelines, waiting for a time that never seemed to arrive. Each morning he promised himself that today would be different, that today he would move closer to the life he imagined. And each night he went to sleep wondering why everything still felt so slow. What made it harder was comparison. Everywhere he looked, someone his age was celebrating a milestone. Promotions, engagements, businesses taking off, perfect smiles captured in carefully edited photos. Daniel knew those images didn't tell the whole truth, but that didn't stop them from hurting. He felt like he was standing still while the world sprinted past him. He wasn't lazy. He worked hard. He read self-help books, listened to podcasts, and tried to improve himself. But progress didn't arrive in dramatic breakthroughs. It came in small, almost unnoticeable steps, and that made him question everything. Maybe he had started too late. Maybe he wasn't talented enough. Maybe slow progress was life's way of telling him he wasn't meant for more. One evening, after another long day that felt exactly like the one before it, Daniel decided to take a walk. He left his phone at home and let his thoughts wander as he moved through a quiet park near his apartment. The sun was setting, painting the sky with soft colors that reminded him of how quickly time passed. As he walked, he noticed an elderly man sitting alone on a bench, calmly watching the horizon. There was something peaceful about him, something Daniel hadn't felt in a long time. Without fully knowing why, Daniel sat down beside him. They didn't speak at first. The silence felt comfortable, not awkward. After a few minutes, Daniel exhaled deeply and said, almost to himself, "I feel like I'm falling behind in life." The old man turned slightly and smiled. "Behind who?" he asked gently. "Everyone," Daniel replied. "I'm trying so hard, but everything takes so long. It feels like no matter what I do, I'm always late." The old man nodded as if he'd heard those words many times before. He pointed toward a large tree standing a few yards away. Its trunk was thick, its branches wide and steady. "That tree didn't rush," the old man said. "It grew slowly, year by year. Storms came and went, but it stayed. Trees that grow too fast don't last. They look impressive early on, but their roots are weak." Daniel looked at the tree, really looked at it. He realized he had passed it countless times without noticing its strength. The old man continued, "Slow progress feels invisible because it doesn't announce itself. But every small effort you repeat is building something solid beneath the surface. You just don't see it yet." Those words stayed with Daniel long after he returned home. That night, instead of scrolling through social media, he sat quietly and reflected. He realized how much energy he had spent judging his life by other people's timelines. He had been measuring his worth by speed, not depth. The next morning, something changed, not in his circumstances, but in his mindset. Daniel stopped chasing fast results. He stopped trying to impress anyone. Instead, he focused on what he could control, one small improvement each day, one habit strengthened, one skill practiced consistently. He began waking up earlier, not to hustle endlessly, but to invest in himself. He learned new skills, slowly, without pressure. He saved what he could, even if it wasn't much. He exercised, not for instant results, but for long-term health. None of it looked impressive from the outside, but inside, something was growing. Months passed, then a year. Life didn't suddenly become easy, but it became steadier. Daniel noticed that he no longer felt desperate. He wasn't constantly afraid of being left behind. He trusted himself more. He understood that growth wasn't meant to be rushed. Opportunities started appearing, not because he forced them, but because he was prepared when they arrived. A new role at work, a chance to lead a small project. People began to respect his consistency, his patience, his quiet reliability. 3 years later, Daniel stood in a very different place. Not a perfect life, not a glamorous one, but a grounded one. He had stability, confidence, a sense of purpose. He looked back and realized something powerful. The slow years weren't wasted. They were necessary. Slow progress had taught him discipline, patience, resilience. It had built roots strong enough to carry him through uncertainty and change. If you're between 25 and 40, this message is especially for you. This phase of life is heavy with expectations. Society tells you there's a deadline for success, a schedule you must follow. But life doesn't work that way. Real growth takes time. Moving slowly doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're building something that lasts. Every small effort matters, even when no one notices, especially when no one notices. The truth is, fast success often looks exciting, but it's fragile. Slow progress may feel frustrating, but it creates strength. And strength is what keeps you going when motivation fades, when life tests you, when things don't go as planned. So if today feels quiet, if your journey feels unnoticed, remember this: you are not late. You are not failing. You are growing at your own pace. And that pace might be exactly what you need. The people who move slowly often see further. The ones who take their time build lives that don't collapse under pressure. At Paths of Hope, we believe your journey matters, even when it feels slow and uncertain. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Slow progress still wins, and so will you.